This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, BMF series is upon us, okay? I think the first one comes out in June. And this will be a wrap for BMF, supposedly, according to 50 Cent. Now, a lot's kind of happening behind the scenes. This is really, 50 Cent owns Big Meech's story. I know that's bothering him for a fact because he's making phone calls trying to find a way to keep his story or somehow find a way around it to do a BMF movie without violating his agreement that Tammy Cowan's made with 50 Cent. He can't speak to Tammy Cowan because she is already against Big Meech. She played Big Meech. He played her when he came home. He didn't want anything to do with her. He wanted his life rights back and all this stuff, but she can't give him back. And he doesn't really find a use for her anymore because they already did a deal with 50. It's over, For some reason, he decided it was a good idea to go at 50 instead of working with him. We don't know what these conversations are like between him and 50 or what's happening between 50 and his son. Maybe he doesn't like that 50's treating his son like a son, himself. And so a lot of weird stuff's going on. Now, Terry came home first, and Terry was cool for a while. He'd show up on set. He took pictures with the guy playing him, and so forth. But he also violated. He took pictures with Supreme's son, and that didn't, that was just stupid. Because everybody knows what Preem and 50's history is. And he should have just left it alone. Because what's the benefit of you taking a picture with Preem's son? Is he going to do anything for you? No. Think about it logically. But think about it you shouldn't really be friends with people's enemies, Especially people you're wanting to do business with, I'm sure he's seen some money off of this. He didn't do a direct deal with 50, but there was documentaries and stuff down the line. Now, there is rumors that he will be working with 50, and this is where Big Meech is coming in right now. He's trying to... Him and his brother don't get along. So Terry and Big Meech don't get along. They haven't really talked too much. They have love for each other, but they don't get along. They don't like each other. But they love each other, if that makes any sense. So he's been trying to get to his brother and kind of talk business-wise, discouraging him from going direct with 50 Cent, because the ultimate move would be for 50 Cent to continue BMF with Terry and tell his story and how it's linked to BMF in Atlanta, and you could kind of focus on Terry's role and allude to a lot of the stuff Meech was doing. And if he needed Little Meech to do some parts in that, he has no choice. He has nothing else going on for himself. He's not a rapper. He's nothing else, So anyways, Terry doesn't want to speak to Big Meech, especially with all these allegations around him where his assistant was a snitch and he was feeding her information or trying to set up Cuffy with a Suarez guy he met in jail. That's the word. She's corroborated that. She's admitted to working with Keith Cromer, a federal agent. It's also very suspicious how she was working with the agent that arrested them in the first place. So Big Meech is trying to tell Terry, hey, team up with me and let's go tell our story a different way. But 50 has the bag, 50 has the connections. And let's be honest, if this story was hot, somebody would have done it already, okay? 50 Cent didn't acquire the life rights of the Big Meech until 2016. And the show didn't even come out till 2019, 2020. Somewhere in that range right there. So I think it was 2020. And nobody wanted to do this story before then. And, Big Meech and BMF has been legendary in the music industry. So I don't know who would want to pick it up after that or do a different sort. I mean, you could say Mayweather, but Mayweather's been lying about having buildings and stuff. Like, he's not telling the complete truth that he's a part of a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust with other people that have a ton of money, and they're acquiring real estate for long-term investments. Rick Ross is doing the same exact thing. Okay, Rick Ross sold. Have you seen him promote a Wingstop, or have you seen him promote a Checkers or anything? No, because he sold them all. He sold his music catalog too. He has no interest in music, really. He has that one artist that he's pushing right now, and that's not even working, you know? So anyways, Rick Ross can't help Big Meech. He has no ties to TV or anything, and it's not easy to get a reputation in television. It's pretty closed off. And then Floyd Mayweather has no interest in helping him. He's worried about his real estate portfolio with the REIT and doing those types of things. So really, I think these guys are just screwed. I mean, either Terry's going to go with 50 Cent and continue the story and continue to tell the story, or Big Meech is going to get in Terry's ear and discourage him from doing anything of the sort and kind of teaming up against 50 Cent. He's been very quiet. Terry's been very quiet, and Big Meech has been loud through pictures and loud through posts and loud through his son. But Terry has kind of like remained low key, and it's very telling of why these guys got locked up. Who is the loud, flashy one? It's Big Meech. Okay, you guys forget. Billboards going up, music, cars, nightlife lifestyle that was very loud, shootings and all that brought a different kind of attention onto BMF, and just labeling it BMF with having chains and billboards and everything brought a different kind of attention from the feds, and it essentially started a investigation against Terry and Big Meech and everyone else. And then all you needed was a few snitches to fall, which happened, and that was that. So we'll see how this all plays out. But the Tammy Callens documentary is supposed to drop soon. I mean, he says he's going to drop it right along with this last season, or this last season as we know it, because it might just be BMF for this season, and then he might continue it as BMF something, telling the best way to do it is to tell Terry as the boss, which was really the case. Terry was the smart one, the boss, and Meech was the persistent one. And you need both of those together to make what they had, you know? So, I mean, I'm not taking away from anything great that these guys did. I mean, it's not great, like, in a sense. I mean, it's just amazing. It's not great. Let's call it. It's just, not everybody could do this, you know? Two guys can't come together and run such a complicated operation to make hundreds of millions of dollars. That's very rare, and it's very ballsy because it's so risky, you know? And obviously the risk didn't really pay off because they ended up going to jail for 20 years, you know? Well, I'll keep you updated on this whole situation. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.